Yes.
Chani kupange tu sasa hivi. Ulikuwa mwambia 9? Yeah. Watatupata mapema. Mapema ndio best. Sasa inafanya
Titus Muturi Gotea bosi habari. Gabriel Sisungo karibu sana. Dennis Mutava karibu sana. Mila Aro Charles Ngumbi watching live from Japan, thank you very much. Latifa watching from America. Dapaman, mambo vipi? Salimia bosi wangu sana. Bosi umesalimiwa sana. Cynthia Ndunge, hello. Felicitas Mutuku. Felicitas Mutuku anasema Dapaman ambia bosi tuamngojea challenge ya ball himta. Yeah, he's planning. God bless you. Asante sana. Titus Muturi, bosi uko smart. Sara Abdul, karibu sana. Wambui, niaje bosi? Bosi unagoteka. Atawajibu tu, msikuwe na mbio. Alvin Sweti, thank you very much. Stacy Mutindi, very locked. Bismarck Mboya Aro. Saraipai Abiud, Zahira Zara, karibu sana. Francis, karibu sana. Titus Muturi watching from Luxury. Metro J, salamu ifikie mdozi. Kiproko, hey from CBD, thank you very much. Sharon Cherotich, hello. Say hi to bosi hi. Edwin Kemwa, asante sana kwa salamu. Alan Sakong, woza. Lydia Sindu, locked from Keyuga, greetings to bosi. Alvin Sweti, asante sana kwa salamu. Nasi West, hey. Owenoga, karibu sana. Kennedy Murula, karibu sana. Janice Baby, karibu sana. Nasema ndio kudonjo. Kennedy Omosh watching from Italy, thank you very much. Klami Mila, jamani si nimemsalimia bosi, nimesalimika huku.
Haya, karibisha mgeni.
Yeah.
Unajua mgeni nani?
Mheshimiwa.
Mheshimiwa mgani? Wa wapi?
Yeah. Ni mheshimiwa.
Wa wapi?
Ni mbunge.
Yeah, but wa wapi? Ana represent wapi?
Ni mbunge wa
alafu aseme Kasipul na bado election haijafanyika.
Wewe hujui watu bwana. Hujui ni nani bwana?
Ni mtu mkubwa kwa.
Ushasikia jeshi ya baba? Jeshi ya baba ndio hii.
Orphans.
Sasa yeye by this time you're fine. Sign mayatima.
Sisi wote ni mayatima, hata mdozi ni yatima. Mdozi naye
Mayatima ni wengi. Yeah.
So unasema hata mimi nimenyoa sana nifanane na
Ulinyolewa huko ama hapa?
Nilinyolewa hapa.
Hujapeleka hii delegation huko?
Nilienda. Over the weekend I was there on Saturday.
Okay, but you're not a show of person, eh?
No, nilipandisha.
Ulipandisha?
Niliweka video. Because sasa usipoeka nowadays, it's not even for show off.
Yeah.
It's for evidence.
Yeah.
If you don't boot,
Exactly.
hata hujaenda.
Hata hawakwenda.
Like ndio hii. Kwanza nilinyoa akasema ni AI.
Yeah.
Sasa ndo nikaonyesha ndio hiyo kipara ndio hiyo.
Hatuwatch hakwenda.
Hakwenda wewe. So they're always very quick to.
Yeah,
so squeeze one evidence.
Yeah.
Hata niwaambia kuna show moja hapa katikati ndatoa waone kipara. Au kuamini ndio hii.
Na nilijua tu ni.
Ulijua ni? Ulikuwa umesuspect?
Nilijua tu nimesuspect.
Ndio hiyo sasa. Kipara ngoto. Sikujua bwana wana nasikianga baridi.
Sana. Sana.
Nilichapa.
Moja hata mimi si kuanga na kipara. Ni hizi shida za wananchi.
Hii imekuja from
juzi tu. Hii kitu za vya
tili. Kuna picha yako nyingine iko na nywele full.
So unaona kabisa.
Very interesting.
Wananchi bwana wanakupa.
Hata mimi ni shida tu ya wananchi.
Hapa.
Hapa tuko.
Sasa sivai sasa. Unajua mimi nafanyanga the opposite. Sasa ni hivi tu mpaka mwisho.
But kumbuka ulitupromise 1 week utanyoa tena.
Nilisema sitanyoa tena.
Kuna mtu uliambia 1 week tu.
Si Lola, si ndio yako hapa. Sababu nimemleta hapa kidogo. Baada watu wajui Lola ako area. Hebu pan kamera hapo kidogo. Korir na kamera yake. Ni vita tu. Unasema kulock tu kamera kidogo. Lola ako hapo. Sitoe nini hivi wewe shwali. Unakaa vizuri. You look good. You look good. Ndio hiyo. There you go. Una Jordan kaya yangu. Yeah. So Lola kwa hapo nilipromise Lola
itagrow. By the way, nimekumbuka mahali nilikuwa na yeye.
Ulikuwa na wapi?
Kitambo. Kuna hoteli nyingine hapa hivi. Tulikuwa naye akanipea tip. Nimekumbuka.
Hoteli akakupea tip,
akanipea katipu akienda.
Ulikuwa unafanya nini kwa hoteli?
Tulikuwa na James Mavere.
Hoteli gani?
Sasa jina ni huko ndani huko. Ukienda wapi?
James Mavela.
Hata niko naye na picha. Ni aspirant MP wa Budalangi. Tulikutana na mheshimiwa huyu. Katupeanga hapo tao 2.
Imagine bana. Kumbe we normally waste our money bana.
Imagine. Arando mpango na 2 hivyo.
Nitakuonyesha picha. MP support. Ndio boss.
Yes.
Siku nilikulanga nyama.
Akiwaluya na chakula.
Everything you blame Luyas of, everybody takes. Wanasema Waluya na kuku, wote kila mtu anakula. Waluya na chai, na kila mtu anakunywa.
But nini chai yenu na nini yenu na ugali na kuku kidogo imepita. Haya, karibisha mgeni na kinywaji. Hata nilikuwa nakula sijui kama anataka kitu
but no, niko sawa, maybe water.
Uko fiti. Water hata mimi nisaidie na maji room temperature. Pia mwesh pia maji room temperature. Okay. Alafu Davido pandisha tuanze kipindi. What's up, everybody? Oga is in the building. It's Monday, and when it's Monday, it's time for Obinna Show live. Karibu sana, karibu sana. If you're just tuning in, you're right on time for the 3 remaining, but you missed 2 others. Ndeke Mudanga was here, Mr. Famer, and of course, Bashir was also here, Halaiki himself, the comedian, the roast master. However, you're right in time for this one and 2 more that are coming your way. When it's Monday, it's time for some good vibes, some inspirational and motivational conversations, but above all, we want to educate you and entertain you. All right, this show comes to you live from Samaki on Othaya Road. This joint and seafood, same WhatsApp group. Kama unataka kujaribu seafood, unakuja hapa. Kama unataka kujaribu pizza, unakuja hapa na nyama choma, pia tunayo. All right, karibu sana. If you like, you can call me Oga Tap, Obinna, ama unaniita Mana Baldman. Mana Baldman is in the building. And for this particular episode, I have a good friend of mine. It's not his first time on the show, but amerudi tena. I want us to talk matters ODM kidogo. Mambo inaenda wapi? Kunaendeleaje? Alafu pia tutarudi pia tuongee mambo ya Saboti kidogo. Nimeona mambo inachemuka huko. But makofi tafadhali. Mheshimiwa Caleb Amisi, welcome.
Thank you.
Baka ukapiga luku.
Hii ndio luku kweli, si kawaida tu yangu.
Oh, hii ni kawaida?
Normal.
In the other show, yes, you claim to be the most, the best dressed member of parliament. You
Yes.
remember?
Yes.
You told me that in the previous show.
Yes.
So it still remains.
It still remains.
Ulisema wanakucopy paste.
Record unbroken. Yes.
Iko sawa. I like it.
Asante.
Wewe ukiona hizi manizi na kwa na hizi design hivi.
Hata wewe unakaribia pia. You are not very far from the truth.
You know, once you work with the people.
Yes. Through osmosis.
Yes. Luku nda copy paste. Pesa tu ndio kidogo itabaki. Lakini eventually tutafika huko tutaipata. Yeah. Karibu sana. A lot has happened since the last time you are here.
Yes.
And sadly, we lost Baba. Yeah, you being Baba's son, you're very close to Baba. Hata kuna time ulikuwa mnapeleka nini kwa koti, kwa peleka evidence. Nilikuwa uko hapo wewe na Babu and others. So, when Baba passed, where did it find you? How did you get the information?
First of all, somebody texted me that is the news true. Then I ignored because as I didn't know what this person is saying. It is a common person, a friend. I was actually driving from home to the office, and then along the way, another person called who normally doesn't call me unless it's something serious. And he asked me the same question. Then I told him, no, but you see, this news has been here. These are just the jokes of Gen Z. Every day, we've been told how G Lee funeral is what you know. We are now used to. And then I arrived in the office, and of course some of the people who worked in my office started saying Pole. Now wondering what is this now. Then now I went to my social media, and there is a lot of rest in peace. And of course the news had started circulating so fast from all the notable channels that you rush to know that if it is true or not true. Then that's when I knew, I think it's finally here. The day is finally here. And I opened my TV. In the office, there was some breaking news by Citizen. And of course, when such stations start breaking news, it is confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. But I sat down for some time, almost 2 hours, in my office, just silently, doing nothing. And in fact, the whole of that day, I didn't do much because I watched news after sitting in my office silently for 2 hours. Then I drove home. I just went back to sleep in the afternoon. The whole of that day, I actually thought that it's a dream. Until the following day, we were called by ODM. I'm a member of NEC, that we are meeting. From our meeting, we'll go to JKA to receive Baba. You know, I'm still thinking, is it the Baba while you are away? Yeah, because Baba has been away anyway.
True.
So, you know, it actually sounded like a dream. You know, those long dreams that looks like real, but later on you realize it's basically a dream. Now, until now, the following day on 16th, Thursday, when we had the Jomo Kenyatta Airport, and you know, people are there screaming. The entire government was there, and of course, Winnie landed with the other team, and then I think I realized this thing is now we've lost him.
Yeah.
It's no longer a dream.
Okay.
It cannot be this long. Yeah.
It's too long.
Yeah, it's too long.
It'll be just a dream. So you were also at the airport that time?
Yes, the following day I went to the airport.
Yeah.
Of course, we were not able to see the Baba. He's supposed to be received officially by the president. It never happened. The youths were there, chaotic. It never happened. And I don't know where the casket was taken. But later on, I got an opportunity to view at the parliament the following day. I didn't go to Kasarani,
Yeah.
but I opted to remain. Just in that disbelief, the moment of disbelief continued. So, but the following day at Parliament, I was called by a very close confidant of Baba, who is an MP, because it seems that it was secretly taken to Parliament to avoid so many people coming. So I got an opportunity to you know, see him.
Pay your last respect.
Yes, and they paid the last respect
Okay.
with the rest of members of Parliament, the president, and of course the family were there. Yeah.
The story for Baba passing has been unbelievable until now. I was in Bondo on Saturday.
Yeah.
The guys were still outside his grave. People are just seated there.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, this is not true. This is
Yeah.
not gonna be true.
Yeah.
And also, it has been filled with a lot of rumors and speculation,
Yeah.
including rumors about Baba did not die in India. I'm sure you've heard of the rumors that when he came, first of all, the way those policemen were seated on his casket, you can't sit on a leader's casket like that. Secondly, we had Akina Leto. They said when they went to India, they were not allowed to view the body. So how did that happen? Then how did Baba just happen to be in India with only his security? Like there was no any other Akina Junet. Like there's always that bandwagon that will always be somewhere around. They were not there, no family members, nobody, just him and his security. Then there are people who are saying when they looked at Baba's body in the picture, they're like, that is not a body of someone who died jana. The way it looked, they're like, hii mwili ni kama imekaa for a while. Then also there's a theory around the casket that was in India and the casket that was in JKIA and the casket that was at Kasarani, all different stories. Do you believe them? Are you having questions? What are the questions that are going around your head, being one of his closest allies?
Yeah. Yeah, of course, I'm also struggling, as much as I'm struggling to believe that Baba actually has died and we have buried within a short period of time.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to really give the family space to mourn, and the entire ODM family.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the speculator or the spreader of rumors, but I think there is a lot of question mark. Very soon we'll start asking questions. When the mourning period ends,
Yeah.
we'll start asking questions. Baba is not any other Kenyan. This was an international icon. He was an international enigma. How you just handle his health carelessly like that. The time when Baba was rumored that he's sick, that's the time when the government needed to put things
They could have
straight.
taken it seriously.
They should have taken it seriously, and they said, hey guy, it is not true. In fact, he's here and he's doing well. We are trying to, you know, to handle his health. I mean, it cannot just be normal. People are talking about Baba is sick, and you take it lightly, and eventually they find he's actually dead. I think there is a big gap there. If indeed Baba was sick, and eventually ended up in India, we want to know why take him to such a dilapidated hospital.
True story. I've seen that story as well.
Yeah.
And I was even asking
Yeah.
myself that question, like, which
And
hospitali inakaje? Inakaa dispensary.
the photos that came, I had, where the hospital, and that's why to me it looks like a dream, because, you know, such an hospital, how can Baba be in such an hospital?
Imagine.
And somebody's just doing like this, atikumwamusha. Now, what the
Imagine.
hell is that? You know, if you are talking about the former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, not an ordinary Kenyan, unamfinya-finya hivi ndiye amuke. What is that?
There are no machines, there's nothing.
So this, if it was true, then why handle Baba's health carelessly like that?
Yeah.
People fall sick. There's no extraordinary disease. Even if it is cancer or whatever, people fall sick, and sometimes they are hospitalized, and eventually we lose. It's not an accident. It's not a plane crash. So you cannot just say somebody has been sick, now he has collapsed. No, it's not a movie.
True. There's something.
You must.
A lot of unanswered questions.
A lot of unanswered questions. But like I said, let's give family peace and time to mourn. But we'll definitely ask questions at the right time.
Okay. Now, guys going to the airport, a couple of people, so later when I asked questions, I was told maybe it was intentional, how people breached the perimeter fence to go on the runway. You would see Andudhi on the runway and everything, that it was intentional to bring that chaos, so that while people are concentrating on this side, things are happening on this other side. And I was like, that's Baba. Like, how did you guys not prepare? Like, nobody was ready that these guys will get to the airplane, like everything. Do you think that was intentional, or it was just a lapse in security?
Yeah, those are part of, you cannot have a lapse in where Kenya Defense is. Maybe police, but Kenya Defense is a serious institution. When they mean business is business.
Sure.
So there can never be a lapse where Kenya Defense Forces are. That's part of the ceremony of being a state funeral. And it must have, it should have been carried out. So they could not allow chaos whatsoever. So I also believe it is also something that was part of the conspiracy theory.
Well, now Baba is no more.
Yeah.
Over something that we could have been more careful with.
Yeah.
We've had people who've lived longer, and they're still there.
Yeah. Even with kidney problems, with whatever problems they have.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're still there. You
so Baba
cannot
would have
be
still
sad.
pushed like 10 more years or so?
No, even 20. Even 20.
Could have been possible.
There is a president. The Paul Biya now has been declared the president-elect. He's 92. The president of Cameroon. You are not aware there is a new president at the age of 92.
Is the one I saw them campaigning with the two dummies?
No, he never campaigns. He has been running the country from a hotel in Switzerland for 5 years. And he has been re-elected again.
He must have some very serious foot soldiers.
Yeah, foot soldiers.
For those people who do that work for you in Switzerland.
When you are in Switzerland.
His people are just wamelala too.
Wamelala, yeah. So you can see, and is still going to lead at 92. There are many leaders in history who have led at such a...
Kwani Museveni ako na miaka ngapi?
I am 70, I don't know. Is it 84? Or you can Google.
7 age.
You look at the age he has ruled first. From there,
Museveni is 81.
It can guide you. Don't Google Museveni's age. Google how long has Museveni been a president. Then it will give you.
Where? Yani mpaka wakatoa presidential age limit ya 75 years just to cover it.
Yeah, it's
He's
because
been in power since 1986.
You know, the presidents who have committed atrocities and gone against the democratic principles of governance, they always fear to leave power.
That's the only protection they have.
Yes, that's the only protection they have. So I knew Museveni may not give not even to his child, his son, because they still fear even their own sons. They don't even trust their own sons.
So the plan is to die on the throne?
Yes, yes. You are safer there.
He's been on that seat for over 40 years.
Yes. Yeah. There is one, I think it was Equatorial Guinea, who ruled for almost 40 years. And then now the vice president is his son.
Yeah, I know him.
The son is the vice president.
My kinyozi is the kinyozi for that son. Mpaka ka relocate akaenda huko bwana, anapewa mafuta. Na sana anapatrola mamashini moto.
So ile yenye unasemanga when the president is away, the deputy takes over. Is the son taking over.
You've seen the son is living La Vida Loca. At East Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
So that's a plan. So basically we are saying Baba could have lived longer if you were just not kidogo.
Yes.
If it is
true, you know, we are still in this conspiracy theory, but if it is true or what we saw, then they carelessly handled his health, especially the government. If you know the importance of this, it's an institution. Baba is an institution. You know, I see people saying that they want to take over Baba, somebody to step in his shoes. You know, Raila Odinga is like J.F. Kennedy. J.F. Kennedy died a long time ago. But up to now, you cannot be a president in the United States of America if you don't mention J.F. Kennedy in your campaign. South Africa, Nelson Mandela died. Nelson Mandela only ruled for 5 years. You cannot be a potential president in South Africa if you do not mention Nelson Mandela in your campaign speech. It is going to be difficult for any person to win presidency in Kenya without mentioning the name Raila Odinga in his speech.
Okay.
That is the person you are talking about. So you cannot inherit. You can't.
You can't.
Yeah, those are people who create a name that is beyond positions and beyond their name. Okay. They live forever. It becomes an idea, an ideology. You subscribe to it or not. You even see Martin Luther King has been inspirational speeches. Yes. Somebody starts like the way Martin Luther once said. Martin Luther never became a president. Of course, he led the biggest civil rights movement in the history of the mankind. But he never became a president nor a prime minister. He was not even an elected MCA. But up to now, world leaders, not just America, world leaders have to refer to Martin Luther King in part of their speeches.
True.
To make them look credible, you know.
And relatable.
And people to relate with you. Okay. So that's where Baba is. Baba has fallen in the names of Martin Luther King Jr., J.F. Kennedy, Nelson Mandela.
Would we look at it like, you know, Baba was also, you've met him many times, I've met him. Baba was the type of person mwenye, hata kama kuna shida atasema. Baba anaweza kuwa anaugua, lakini atasmile na aseme no, fanya hivi. Yani ule mtu wa kujikaza. You even remember that time when he had a mark on his face, alikuwa ameanguka, but he still was getting up and still getting things. Like Baba hajai kuwa na holiday, Baba enda relax. Go chill. Baba hakuwa anapenda hizo. Let me just go and just chill. Ata feel, tuende tufanye hivi, let's do this. Would you feel that if also Baba would have communicated more, like would have just gone to say, guys, sahi me, I need like maybe 1 year to, you know, it could have helped?
No. It's not about Baba keeping to himself.
Yeah.
You know, you've been, Baba has been to the hospital before. You saw him being operated the eye in India at some point when he was a prime minister.
Yeah.
They have operated on his head at some point at Nairobi hospital, where he said that, I think there's a term he used, aliona akinyunyuzia akili maji. When Aida was there and he said, if this is the last person I'm seeing, so be it.
Yeah.
I mean, Baba has been in the hospital before. He's a person who has, you cannot say he has been careless about his health. And if somebody of Baba's status, you know very well, complains a lot, is it the responsibility of Baba to say I'm okay or no, or people around him?
Okay.
This is a treasure. You're supposed to take care of him.
So also it's safe to say
Yeah.
the people around Baba
Yes.
just didn't take Baba's
Yeah, you have to.
health seriously.
I mean, he's not a stone. So why are you around him if you can't even think about his health? Why are you around him? Why are you walking with him all the time? If you think he's a stone or a metal, this is a human being. The first thing. That's why I say people around Baba have. You see the way they have moved on so fast. Some of us have not moved on, but people are beyond 2027. They're actually calculating who will be presidential candidate.
If we remove Baba's family,
Yeah.
okay, would we say there's anybody else that really cared about
No.
Baba? Leave alone people who are there. Because me, I'm around Baba,
Yeah.
I'm protected, I'm covered, I'll make money, I'll have influence. Like, was there anybody there was genuinely for Baba? Like, Baba, how are you today? How are you feeling? Guys, Baba mechoka, nini. Did we have...
No. Because their interest was not Baba. Their interest was what they achieved
Baba can do for them.
while around Baba. Yeah. Unfortunately, and they know themselves. They know themselves. There is a point in time when actually Baba was talking to, I think, the Luo members of parliament.
Yeah.
And he was asking them, this young boy, that I was serving my first term as a member of parliament in the 12th parliament. And he actually used the word boy. This is a young boy, and he's all over there defending me in the media, all over. But you people, what's wrong with you? He was actually mad at them. That why are you just there? Because I was only hitting on Ruto, Tanga movement very hard, alone. Sometimes we were looked at if we don't know politics. We are young. We don't know what we are saying. But he told them, this is a young person. He is fighting for me wherever. People said you are too loyal to Raila even more than the Luos themselves.
Which makes me ask you,
why
were you loyal to Baba? Why were you close to Baba?
I think
and how did it begin?
It is very simple. I looked at the history of Raila.
Okay.
You can assess leadership. And at that time, I was actually assessing Ruto versus Raila. Then I looked at the history of Ruto when he started the YK in 92 with Cyrus Jirongo and what they used to do, basically making money and supporting president's re-election. And then from YK 92, of course, he served in Moi's government. Together with others, Kalonzo, whoever. Yeah. And then he opposed the new constitution. He was on
the 2010?
Yes. William Ruto opposed it.
Okay.
He was the only person who was not him. He went along when the rest of the people were going this direction. He opposed completely changes. Then he was given several portfolios. I think he served in the Ministry of Agriculture. He didn't see anything that he did in that ministry. Anything you can write home about, nothing. He was taken to the Ministry of Education, absolutely nothing. In fact, that's what people have even forgotten. If you hear about Michuki, the first thing you remember is Michuki rules. When you hear about Mudi Awori, the first thing you remember is prisons, what he did in prisons. There is always a legacy to your name. So Ruto, agriculture, nothing. Hata mmea tu kusema alipanda avocado pale Migori. Kuna? Education, zero. Then he served, I don't know in which other ministry. I think those are some of the ministries he served. Nothing to his name. Then he became a deputy president. Again, nothing to his name. What did he do that you remember that when he was a deputy president for 10 years, he did this? Nothing. Then you come to Raila. You look at history. Of course, he fought Kenya out of Wamalwa. Then later on, he was imprisoned for 7 years. Not because he had stolen anything. It was not ESCC taking him to prison. It was not DCI that he has caught him stealing public funds. He was actually fighting for governance. Whatever the case, whatever the issues prevailing at that time politically, he was fighting for the good of the country, for prison. Then he came out, he still continues fighting for multipartyism. And you could see the history around him, of course, with other people who some have died, some are still alive. James Orengo is still there. Multipartyism, you could see the chaos that they underwent, the atrocities that was meted on the individuals who were against the government. Then you come to the new constitution again. Even before the new constitution, the guy vies for president. The country goes into chaos. Everybody's baying for Kibaki's blood. Everybody is saying, we cannot leave this one go. Kibaki is sworn in at night. And the guy said, no, it's for the good of the country. Let's just accept and move on. People have come to to shows like this, and they have confessed, those who were there. At least that time I was just finishing university. I was in third year when the post-election violence occurred. There was chaos, mass action. That was the term at that time. Everybody was doing mass action until Kibaki goes. Everybody was on his side. The whole country was on his side. But he said, no, for the sake of the country, I will accept a coalition arrangement. I look at the history of this person. This is a person who has put the nation first. And there is something he has fought for. When we say, I was here the other day nikasema, hii timu ya Moi tangu Moi's regime is the cause of our trouble. Yote iende. But exception of Raila. Because there is something to his name. He has fought multipartyism. He has fought for the new constitution. He has fought for devolution. Is devolution good or bad? Good. Is multipartyism good or bad? Good. He has fought for freedom of speech. Yeah. Space. The civil societies can now flourish in Kenya. Peacefully. Yeah. Demonstrations, picketing. Gen Z can now go on the street, although they have faced it rough because of the new administration, but the constitutional order is there. There is something to his name. Now, what can you put on the name of William Ruto? No. And other many. Yeah. And others. What can you put on the name of, say, Kalonzo, for example, is my friend, but really there must be something you've done. If you come to my constituency, if by bad luck I'm not there, and you say Caleb, they'll say you, bursary. This guy did good on bursary. There is a name there. Permanent.
So your focus is bursary?
At least because that was what was within our, the fund that was available for a member of parliament. Okay. If I had money like the county government, I could have done wonders, miracles. Oh. Yeah, but within the space, the small fund I've been given, you will see everywhere saying, kama kuna bursary nimepata ni ya Caleb. Okay. Yeah. So there must be something to your name. That's why I committed myself nikasema, this is a leader. Okay. Yeah, the principles, ideas he stands for, it attracted me to him. Okay. And you know me, I lost my father before I was born. But when I got to politics, I got another father. You
appointed yourself another father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm a total orphan.
Okay. Don't worry, you can still get another father.
In this day and age, is it?
Umeangalia hii, there's no other father. Now, let me ask you this. We've seen when Baba died, a lot of politicians are talking. From the government, the ones who are also not on the government. And everybody's praising Baba. Mm-hmm. And you're like...
Yes, wait a minute. Even you.
I'm like, yo,
hey.
1 + 1 is not becoming 2. You've seen them?
Yes.
So is it safe to say the whole political space is either full of pretenders, or is full of liars, or self-centered, egotistical maniacs? Baba's history is out there. Baba's been called all names. all names, the king of violence, the father of nini, vitu zote ameitwa majina zote. Then all of a sudden, now not wanaongea from the funeral all the way, from the time he passed until now. I'm looking at some politicians, I'm like, wait a minute. Even you, oh, this is my brother. Oh, the father of the nation, a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like...
I saw once trying to sing the favorite Baba song.
Mimi si member of parliament. I don't have the protection you do.
Yes.
The cybercrime bill.
No, it's been challenged by the court.
Now you can... But you know mulipitisha. Tutarudi hapo.
No, but it's been challenged, so
but
you can do something. But
to get there as member of parliament, mulikuwa hapo, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We're coming back. Sasa turudi hapa kwa hao watu. Everybody praising Baba now. Rather, so he was not really a bad person like everybody was saying?
No, like you said, these politicians, I don't know. In fact, if you die and you find you are in the same route with politicians, familiar faces, please just know you're going to hell. You better turn back.
So all politicians are going to hell?
Not all. Some of us, like, you know me, I always say, me, I'm not a politician. In fact, some people say, you don't behave like a politician. There are leaders also in the midst of all this. You know, if you look at the time when we were going to the street, IBC must go, G Baba has lost the election unfairly. We've gone to streets like several times. The first one I went in 2017, before elections, Chiloba and all that, IBC reforms, I was on the street. Then the second one, now Baba has lost the election, Chepkati, Chiloba must go, I was on the street. And then now the second time when we need reforms before elections, that was even worse. And that's why you see my photo going around where I was hit by a tear gas canister right inside my car. If you Google my name, that is the first thing that comes up. And I was saved by an international media journalist, Reuters. You know, they're trained, while they're also taking their photographies and videos, they're trained to save lives. I don't know whether wetu wanafunzwa hivyo. Me, I think wanamulika akikufa hadi akufe basi.
Tunasikitika sana kutangaza kifo.
But you know, these guys saw me struggle because what happened, the police threw the tear gas inside my car, through the rear window, ikapasukia ndani ya gari. Wacha sahi watu mtu anaona mtu ana smoke cigarette anafikiria ni tear gas. Anatoroka. The people have not seen what the tear gas properly. Mine was thrown inside the car. Nikapasukia ndani. My driver collapsed on the brakes. Kama ingekuwa kwa steering, wheel accelerator, tungekuwa ndani ya, because it was Kenyatta Highway, that Kenyatta Avenue, tungekuwa ndani ya one of the shops. So the door was locked. I don't know how. Then the good thing is that my window was open. So I was struggling to gasp for air. And the guy who was taking the video saw me struggling. Akanifungulia mlango nikaanguka. If you Google, you'll see that photo. Na chokora, I think he was passing by, akanimwagia maji. That's how I saved my life. Otherwise, you'll not be talking to Caleb Amisi. I could have been buried barely 2 weeks after being sworn in as a member of parliament for Sabot. I was dying completely. Up to now, I still go to check up in hospital for my chest problems. Up to now. And there is no any...
No way.
Yeah. Watu walikuwa nasema I was smoking shisha.
Lakini hii nayo ni shisha.
You see?
Akishuali.
But it is the good thing that you go to the routers, the channel, you will see the photo there. Ndio ujue it's not. Can you imagine that is tear gas? Yeah. That is tear gas. So when people talk about being in the trenches, Ebu tell them to even show you one photo. That is the time I realized Baba has been surrounded by pretenders. We left Capitol Hill, a whole group, reach in Kenyatta Avenue. I was alone. Where the rest disappeared to, I do not know. Because mimi ni ule ukisema twende tunaenda.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to face the police.
Yeah.
Whatever it comes. Because mmesema leo ni ile siku. Sasa mimi nimeamini leo ni ile siku. Kumbe ni ile siku watu wanaangalia. Alafu after that they'll come with photos and trying to describe how everything. That is the time I realized, wow, this mzee is surrounded by pretenders leaders. They actually do not even go to that demonstration. Some they hide inside the car, some they don't even, they turn. Wengine wanaangalia kwa umbali, wanaenda waonyeshe kichwa tu. Sa ameniona. Ameenda. So when I saw the same people in Baba's funeral trying to say, oh, the same people who fought him viciously, the same people who have used unprintable words against him, and they are there talking how, you know, how Baba is an enigma, how you've lost a great man.
Mambo ni mengi.
Mambo ni mengi. I think, you know, the people who could have spoken in that funeral ni wale ambao wamekuwa kwa Baba in the trenches, yeah. Multipartism, and they are there. Lakini these ones that have met in broad-based. And they occupied the whole space. I just kept quiet nikasema Mungu ailaze roho yake mahali pema peponi.
Man. What are the most happy moments you're remembering about Baba, that you were with him?
Baba, you know, first let me tell you how I met Baba. Because I used to be his greatest fan when I was at the University of Nairobi. Okay. I told you I started my politics with Akina Babu at university. And Baba, of course, has always been my role model, though the person who introduced me properly to politics was Peter Kenneth, like I said. But having failed with Peter Kenneth's party, Tunawesmek, I quickly looked for Raila. And surprisingly, using some networks of the people I knew from campus, I got to a person called Mondo, the PA. And Mondo graciously accorded me an opportunity at Jaramogi Oginga Foundation office in Upper Hill. That's where Baba was. So I went there, my first time. And I actually was a bit afraid to meet Baba because, you know, nilikuwa namuona kama ni mtu mkubwa sana. Yeah. So I was a bit scared. Nilikaa nasema come in, na kwanza nikaogopa. Nasema ama ningoje akipita hivi ndio. I don't want to go to the office. I want to wait for him akipita hapa nimsalimie tu kwa hewa. And you know, I've booked an appointment. But eventually I gathered some energy and I went in. But you know, I was shocked that I'm a nobody because I was just an aspirant. I am not known. And Baba, a very macheted young man appearing, Baba just accorded me, hey, habari ya Trans Nzoia, because I was vying in Trans Nzoia. You know what shocked me? That Baba knows even the tribal composition of my region better than I do.
That's true.
Better than I do. I was shocked.
True. Yeah.
Na ananiambia historia sijui how even the constituency was divided. Kwanza, it used to be called Trans Nzoia West, Trans Nzoia East, Kitale East, Kitale West, and the names of the MPs who were there at that time, how they served together, those who were pro-government, those who were against the government. Yeah. He knows some homes of people that where he used to sleep. Clans. Where? And this is Trans Nzoia. It's not Nyanza you are talking about.
True.
This is Trans Nzoia. Now that is the time I knew how this guy has a grasp of the nation. Like the back of his hand. He has the grasp of the nation like this. Yeah. He told me the whole story about Trans Nzoia, even the possibility of winning and how to win. And of course, that was one of the first initial moments. Of course, we have had several engagements. There's a time when he came to Kitale with NASA Brigade. Yeah. And you know, Moses Wetangula had told him that there's no ODM in Trans Nzoia. So NASA is going to support 40 Kenya candidates. And I was an ODM candidate. So he put his 40 Kenya candidate in front to speak. Na mimi nikaenda nikasimama mbele yake. And the crowd went wild. Wakasema, huyo. It's the way they sing, Babu, Babu. That's the way now they started singing.
Like, what do you mean?
No, I want to stand. They put her for the Kenya as Ngumuze because they want to endorse him. This is a NASA candidate.
Campaign.
Yes, it was a big rally in Kitale. Yeah, and they are putting candidates to speak. Wakaleta for the Kenya hapo because he had told Baba there's no ODM this side. And me, I was already an ODM candidate in a certificate. So Tangula called his candidate and I also went and stood there because they wanted to ignore me.
How could stop you?
No. The crowd went wild. Wasema, uyo. So Wetangula had to stop speaking. I speak first. Ndio aendelee. Aibu gani? Hadi saa hii has never forgiven me.
Mungu na bifuko kwa parliament.
I don't know. Ananiangalia na specs nikibeba mkono hivi niongee. Naona tu anazungukia tu ndani ya specs. Ananiona like anajifanya anioni. So I can never get an opportunity to speak in parliament when Wetangula is there. Yes.
So ajai kuchagua?
No, of course, if it is a statement or a question, it is definitely I'm on order paper. Lakini ile tu I want to contribute on this motion na akona specs hivi. Atakuwa zinapita tu macho inapitia tu ndani hivi. And because he had convinced people that there's no ODM this side.
So what did Baba say?
That's why you see I followed Baba to the airport, to the small airstrip Kitale. Ile kucomplain tu kwamba sasa now mnanifanya aje and I'm an ODM person nini. Then he told Junet hapa tunadanganya. I had actually telling Junet and he was with Orenga akasema hapa tunadanganya. Now it also clicked to me that okay, so also people lie to Baba a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Those ones. Yes, it also clicked to me. Okay, so people lie to this mzee a lot because you see that is now the moment he, and of course I won when I came and Junet told me Baba ituambie utawin. Alikuwa ameona kabisa utawin. Yeah. So and there is a time I've also taken Baba to Kitale. The whole of the Trans Nzoia County.
Okay.
And I was not a governor. The governor was Patrick Kaemba, but he had refused to work with Raila. So I told Baba, I'm the only ODM. Of course, the governor is not on your side, but I will take you the whole county. And I organized rallies in all the 5 sub-counties of Trans Nzoia. So in all of them, I was with Baba in the same car for the whole day. So you can imagine hii ita asema will hata I'm sure hata jina yangu kwa hiyo will haikosi. Angalie vizuri. I wish it is made public. Because I was with him the whole day. Tunatokelezea naye kwa rooftop, anaongea, anarudi. Hadi nikampeleka kwa kichaka aenda ajisaidie. Because there was no way. Tulikuwa napitia, I just told him, Baba, they bring you to Kitale to address people in a stadium and then you go back to Nairobi. What about those people in the rural areas? They just hear you. They just know your name by watching television.
Yeah.
Come closer. Tufike maone. Yeah. Alafu you see people also lie to him that you need so and so for you to go to Western. I told you I want you alone. And if you come with these known figures, I'll not even welcome you. I'll let them bring you.
Yeah.
And, inside, okay, you mentioned one of the figures I don't want to say, that, this person called me this morning, he didn't want me to come, but I refused to pick. And he's a very big person from Western, and a big man. And he said, he refused, he didn't want me to come, because akotaka yeye sasa ndiye amulete kumuonyesha, without me, you cannot access this region. And he told me, he called me this morning, he didn't want me to come. He said that the ground is slippery. So I refused to pick his call. Now you see, is this what the ground is calling slippery? And it was one of the biggest rallies after the Uhuru's handshake ever. If you Google and see the Kitale rally that Caleb organized, it was the biggest ever in the history of Kitale.
Mkiwa ndani ya gari Baba alikuwa anakuambia aje?
Mambo mengi bwana, ingine ni siri za wazee. Unajua hata mimi nimekuwa mzee. Yeah?
Zile za siri vitu kama
no, but you see as one, no, not even good job. Baba will not just praise you carelessly.
Oh.
Yeah, no. He internalizes things. Yes, he will keep quiet. But then if you want to know Baba now sasa amekuweka ndani, he keeps quiet. Akikwambia vitu ujua is dismissing you.
Kitulia,
yes,
relax.
He keeps quiet and he internalizes things. So he is actually looking at how my movement and he's actually looking the way you are coordinating. Na anaanza kujua bas, this is a potential here. He internalizes it. You not just keep saying, hey, umefanya vizuri hapana.
Good job.
And in fact, you will even shocked, is he happy or not? Yeah. So, and by that time, I actually learned so much about these things. It keeps me actually closer to him. Okay. I realized he's a special leader. He's not like these other people.
Okay.
He is a special human being.
When he passed, there some people started celebrating. Governor Mutai Kaiga. Statement.
It's very unfortunate. However much he comes out and refute or apologize. I mean, for you to even start saying such a thing, it means it has been in your brain somewhere.
So you've been thinking about it.
You can be thinking about it. You can't just wake up and, it cannot be politics. It cannot be jokes anymore. It's unfortunate. Yeah, but it is also unfortunate for people like, Wanga to just start making it a political thing of, pitting one tribe against the other. It was also wrong for Wanga to he is not showing leadership. That's not leadership. You're assuming if it was Baba. Satacheka tu aseme, huyu amechanganyikiwa. And the life goes on. You don't need to use every opportunity to pit one tribe against the other. So wakikosani na kusaidia na nini? I look at leaders and I wonder, is this the people who are going to lead us henceforth? I mean, there's no wisdom whatsoever. Can't you sit down and internalize things before you actually go to the media? Leadership also comes with wisdom. It's not that you have a microphone, you can talk, you are a governor, you have money. No, it's beyond that. There is also, there are things even some of us can do and could have even done. But we sat down, we weigh options, and we also know that we are also leaders. That everything you say has a ripple effect and repercussion back home. And your supporters are also following you. You say something, you are a leading people. You don't just talk the way I'm talking with you on a restaurant. No. Every word you say, people are matching it against actions. And they're matching it and they're internalizing it, and they will actually follow. You accuse. So it's always good, and I just tell leaders that once you are elected, just know you are not leading yourself. You are leading people. People who have emotions, people who have brain, and people are also watching you as a role model.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Baba passed on, there's a lot of people who've been left hanging, especially the clingers on. Unajua mimi niko na baba, unajua baba amenituma, unajua baba this, unajua baba that.
Bas.
And also the people that Baba either pointed out ama Baba saved. For example, let's start it over here. What do you think is going to come of Sakaja? Because now there's been rumors that when Sakaja was going to be impeached, Baba is the one who called the MCAs and was like, hey guys, let's cool off. Nini. What next for Sakaja?
Sakaja is just a current case. But Baba has been so lenient, extremely. I remember the time we went with Baba, and they used to call me. He used to call, there is a gentleman who organizes for choppers for him.
Okay.
So he will put a list of people he wants to travel with. And all of a sudden, unapata tu mtu anakubia, Caleb, Baba wants to go with you to Suna. Sometimes I'm not free, maybe I'm in Kitale, I say, sorry, I'm very far. And he will say himself, he'll just sit down and he'll put, unapigiwa tu simu. Paka nashanga, kumbe Baba wananifikirianga tu hivi, yani jina yangu iko kwa akili yake. So there's a time I was called by Opio one day that we want to go to Turkana tomorrow with Baba for some festival there. And the ground was bad, the governor was against him. I don't know, all of a sudden he turned against Baba. And the people are saying he should not go, he should not go. He said, no, let's go. Everybody had warned him not to go. And that's something about Baba. You'll not warn him not to go anywhere. He will say, let's go, whatever comes. Yeah. So we landed in Lodwar. We moved via road to the venue. And then all of a sudden, the speeches were against Raila. The speeches, I don't know, he has nominated wrong people. You have used us Turukanas for many years.
And Baba is there?
Yes, Baba was there. The speeches were, I was there.
You and who else?
No, I was there. Opio and I was there. No, Opio was not there. He didn't come. But we had 2 Turkana MPs, Ariko and Nabuin. Those are the 2 MPs who took us there.
And you?
Yeah, I was
and
there.
Baba?
Baba was there. I think there was another, I think Ososi too was there. Yes, just the 4 of us. And it was a prepared ground. Prepared completely even for war. So what made me think that things are not well, and I stood up, nikasema, we, tuambie Baba tutoke. Because the Turkana MP was sitting next to me, akaanza kuniguza, mutakiona. Hey! Nikamwambia bana, but you are my colleague, unaniambia tutakiona nini? Akaniambia, we, ngoja. This guy, I think he had prepared some youth outside there to attack us. So nikasimama, I guess, these things are not right here. And of course I wanted to I felt agitated. Nikasema, kwani sisi ni nini? Watu wanaongelea juu ya Baba na tuko hapa. I wanted we go take the microphone, tuanze kurushana maneno. But you see, Baba akakula akasema, no, we just leave. Tukatoka hapo polepole, and of course in amidst chaos, tukafika kwa airstrip ya Lodwar. Ako kwa simu zake as if nothing has happened. Na sasa tunamwambia we must do a presser now. We are calling for media, nini. Na yeye anasema no necessary. I realize now what is wrong with this mzee. After all this chaos that have been meted on us with our own governor, ataki media, ataki nini, yako tu kwa simu zake as if nothing has happened. I realize is a very hard person to read. Extremely. Even when people come and say Baba said that, I think they have not even understood him. And you go to Baba and say, I want this, he'll say, go and do. But it does not mean it's the right thing. So when people have used that, whether it's a weakness or against, even to come and control the rest of members, and there are people who we've been fearing because maybe they're Baba's mouthpiece. But right now, I don't know. I don't know what they are coming to tell us in parliament. I'm just waiting to hear that this is the direction of the party, and I'll ask who has said. Who is this person? Yeah. Because it was only one person whom everybody feared that his word is final. But who is this guy who is going to speak other than the entire party structure speaking? It's not anybody who is going to tell us anything. And that's why I fear people who have been clinging to Babas, the Sakajas of this world. And now, if MCS come out on the street tomorrow, the guy is gone. Because they used to respect Baba, by the way. They will disagree with him. But they will, in fact, they will even throw words at each other with Baba. But eventually, they'll go and obey the Baba's word. So I don't know what will happen if MCS, and it's not even Sakaja alone, all over, even in Nyanza.
Even MPs right now, you guys are going to find it very tough because right now...
Not you guys. Me, I'm very safe. Me, no, I want for the party, not the other way around.
No. I'm saying all the MPs who are like, we are Team Baba. Saizi kila mtu is merit. We umefanya nini? Sasa hakuna mtu unajua Baba amesema muniweke tu.
Do you know, my case is different.
Yeah.
Because where I come from, it's not an odium zone.
Yeah, he said
it's not an odium zone. It has been for the Kenya /DAP /UDA. Okay. My last parliament, all my MCAs were Jubilee. So you unaweza imagine if nilikuwa natwanga kwa matanga kama siko. All my MCAs were Jubilee. This parliament, at least I got one MCA. After a lot of struggle, at least nilipata kamoja. The rest are other parties. So that is not an odium zone. So there is, in fact, for your information, there is a place I during the Azimio campaign, I used to go na wananiambia mambo ya president wachana nayo. ongea na yako kwa sababu umetupea bursary, because they were Ruto's people and they're in my constituents. Mambo ya rais wachana nayo.
Wewe ongea mambo yako.
Ongea mambo yako. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because those are Ruto's voters, but they want to give me because I've done very good work on CDF.
Yeah.
So mine is not an ODM thing. Mine is because for the love of Raila. Okay. And I could have gone to Ford Kenya, UDA. There are so many places. I could have even gone independent. But I felt the principles and ideologies, they align. And that's why I say most people are in ODM, not because of the party ODM, because of Raila Odinga.
Okay.
If the ODM, I see them, they are trying to play some games here. They don't know. You know, they are just beneficiaries of Raila.
Yeah.
But they have never walked the 40 years of Raila journey. So they're just playing around with the party. They think the ODM they knew yesterday is going to be the same. If they don't stand with the principles and ideas and the struggles that Baba used to build that party, then they better pack and go, because they are not going to have a party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the party leader. They've endorsed Senator Oburu now as a placeholder. What do you think? What do you see?
You know, as an ODM member, I'm supposed to respect the decision of the party.
Okay.
But necessarily, I do not necessarily agree with them. Why? What was the hurry? Why do you endorse somebody? You know, Baba has created this party for 20 years. We are celebrating 20 years of the party. Okay?
Yeah.
The party has structures. We know who is who. There are even 3 deputies. Okay. Yeah. Mm.
See you later.
Yeah.
Si una signal hata mtu mambo unangoja mtu anamaliza. Mambo gani? Tunaongea mambo serious.
Unamwita jamaa. Unamwita jamaa jana. You know, I just believe that it was a quick decision that leaves a lot to be desired. Why? Why will you? We've not even buried Baba. You are talking about his succession. I don't think it's a good respect. Yeah, we will have still given Oburu anyway if that was a choice of the party. But why first? What was the threat?
In a month's time,
yeah, in a month's time to party iko haiendi mahali. What was the threat? I mean, who are these people making decisions in a party out of the rest of members who have contributed, members who have struggled, members who have died, who have lost relatives in the struggle to make a party what it is now? Who are these people in a room making quick decisions? And the wrong decisions without even caring what is the image you are giving to people? What is the image? That's what I'm saying. These people don't know why ODM is here. They just see an already made party. But they don't know the pieces of building that party, what it entails. It is not just waking up on a press conference. No. It is standing for certain ideas, ideals, and the principles, and the committing to safeguarding the interests of Kenyans first that has built that party. But we have not even buried the enigma. You are all over saying whether to support William. Some are even saying there is nobody potential in ODM more stronger than William Ruto. Where does William Ruto come in with ODM? Where? I've never seen the name of William Ruto in the membership of the party.
Yeah.
Where does his name come? Even if you wanted to support him, why can't you wait for the right time? What is the hurry? That's why I said, I think people were really waiting for this moment. And I think Ruto has done some damage in terms of buying people around that party. Now we no longer trust who is who in that party.
Trust is gone.
Trust is gone.
Which now begs me to ask the question, what next for ODM? I've seen, so we have a few factions. The main one that is very loud, we were left in broad-based. We are in broad-based. And then there's another one saying we are not going to flout any presidential aspirant in 2027. There's another one saying, oh, Ruto is going to come and take over ODM and everything. Then now there's you guys who are now the rejects. Wewe, Babu, Sifuna, munakuwa considered threat. Wako zile hawa vijana wadogo pia watulie wapangwe. Kelele ni ya nini? Wacheni tuwapatie direction.
Ngoja tukule.
Yes. So kuna hiyo ya kupea direction. So, what do you think? Hiyo party ilikuwa ama audio ilikuwa imezima? Iko sawa. So, what next for ODM?
The retrogressive forces versus progressive forces has been there since time immemorial.
That's true.
If you look at the leaders of Africa from the time of independence, you will hear leaders who fought for independence. You'll hear Kwame Nkrumah, those who are there for Pan-Africanism, those who stood against the white supremacy and the colonialism, those who stood against the imperial West. And they could have been swayed, just like the collaborators, but they refused. And what happens? The results? Ghana got independent as one of the first countries to get independent.
Yeah.
That was because the people like Kwame Nkrumah stood strong on their principles and say, no, we must get liberated. Congo, the other side, we had King Leopold II. The King Leopold II actually had Congo as his land. He had a title deed of Congo. Unajua nchi mzima ni yako na uko na title deed. King Leopold II had the title deed to Congo, Republic of Congo. Of course, it changed to Zaire and then back to the DRC. King Leopold II, around the 1790s and 1800s there. During the Berlin Conference, they demarcated that land for him, the entire Congo as a nation. And of course, people like Patrice Lumumba stood against the Belgium colonization. Viciously, they held, these are some of the few educated Africans who stood strong and say, no, Congo must be liberated and be ruled by the blacks. Kenya here, we had also the Majimaji rebellion. We had the several groups from all corners that erupted. We have the great Samoe Arap, and many others who stuck their neck out and said that we need our land back and we need to rule ourselves. There are also collaborators who refused and they say, Mzungu ni mzuri. Anti-apartheid regime in South Africa. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned at a very young age because he stood against the apartheid regime. But there are those who collaborated with the whites. In every struggle, past or present, there are always the progressive and the retrogressive forces.
Okay.
This one is also a moment for progressive and retrogressive forces. And if the likes of Jomo and his contemporaries who refused and said, no, sisi wazungu wametuacha hapa tukae kwa serikali ya mzungu hatutoki, we will not have gotten independence. If these leaders refuse, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga or Chenga Neko and the rest refuse, wanasema sisi penye wazungu wametuacha wacha sisi tukae hapo, hatuoni shida yote. Up to today, Kenya will still be under British, as a British colony. But the people who stood against and say no, things must change. So this is what we are basically seeing. People are saying, you know, wametuacha tu kwa broad base, hataki kutoka, because they are basically eating from the broad. They are not used to struggle. They are not used to the
street. Seated on the table.
Yeah, in fact, it is Baba who has been taking them kwa street kidogo, lakini our feel comfortable. They are shaking. Now they are comfortable. They see no evil, hear no evil, hear nothing. And they don't want to change anything. Hata Ruto auwe watu wangapi nini Kasarani Stadium, people have been killed, anasema shwacha kunyamaza, unaingilia broad based. That's it. That's where we are. That's where we are. So it's just progressive voices against retrogressive voices. There's nothing like Baba Itwacha. And the last statement Baba made at Agile, and he made it himself. That was his last speech. If there is any speech you should refer to, that Baba Alisema left and Twende left, it is that speech. That who told you we are not going to have a candidate? He didn't say, you know, there is a time when Baba had a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta. You remember? The March 18th at the steps of the Harambee House, na wakasalamiana. He came and told us we are supporting the government. It was a direct directive. We are with Uhuru, he is going to support us. Very simple and a clear instruction.
Yeah.
So where has Baba told us that we are with Ruto and is going to support us? Nothing. You see, the same people who are saying that we are in the broad base. They are the people who are forcing Baba to go to broad base. I can dare say, because I used to talk to Baba, the last moment I had with Baba was in Kileleshwa in his private office. And Baba is listening to us. Don't think his spirit is around. Baba told me to my face that continue hitting the government. This is not what we believed in. This is not what we believe in. And he told me myself personally. That's why I hit Ruto like nonsense, because this is a directive from my last standing directive from Raila was hit the government.
When was this?
That was just like I can give it like 2 months before he died. I had a moment with him in his private office in Kileleshwa. His bodyguards know me. They saw me meeting him alone. Even like Ghetto knows. And we were 2 of us. And the instruction he gave me is hit the government. I have no any other instruction from Baba himself until he died.
So you'll continue doing
I
that?
will continue doing what Baba left me to do. Hit the government because they are doing what we do not believe in.
So basically, Wewe, you are not part of the broad-based.
But what is broad-based? Broad-based, people ran to look for jobs. And most people who are around this Baba, they'll tell you. These people had already gone to, when they waited for Baba to be in Dubai, and then they went to State House to look for jobs. There was no arrangement. You see coalitions, how coalitions are made. Coalitions of Kibaki and Raila, it was proper. Nyinyi munapewa hii ministry, nyinyi ministry, 2 ministers, 3 ministers. It is a proper arrangement. Show me a coalition arrangement between UDA and ODM. There exists nothing.
But there are some ODM guys in government.
They are eating.
Madi, Joho,
these are foodious individuals. Foodious. Where there is food, to them is okay.
So walijiweka hapo peke yao?
They ran to the president. They took an advantage of a moment where president is needy. And they went to convince him that they'll bring Raila on board. Raila could not come and denounce them. They are his children. He can't come and say, wameniachi. He will look weak. And these things Baba has told us to our face. That he came back from Dubai, he landed here, he called Junet. Junet told him, these people are already in State House waiting to be announced. Yeah.
So basically, Baba didn't know that these ODM guys were in the government.
They had approached Baba. They had approached Baba about arrangement of some sort. But Baba told them, wait, I come, and then we make an arrangement so that we have a proper coalition agreement between the government, including Kalonzo. Kalonzo was supposed to be part of that agreement. Then from there, we go to what we call People's Convention, because the Gen Z are on the street. They are crying. We need to have what we call a generational talk between the young people and the government. So he said, we need a proper arrangement or a coalition and the period it lasts. What we call a unity government, including Kalonzo and Uhuru, a proper one. Then from there, we go to a People's Convention, a very clear way. But what happens while Baba was away, they went to Ruto and say, announce our names. There is no way Baba will come and denounce. So these people, actually, that are the cause of, if Baba has died out of pressure, these are the people who have caused Baba's death.
That's a very nice, very serious accusation.
Yes, it is serious because we know. They have put him in a corner that he doesn't believe in. because of their selfish interests. And Baba has told us to our face, we are not lying, because he has told us many people that these people pushed me to go to the government. I do not belong there. We need a proper arrangement. We need a proper coalition. We need to know what do we stand for and what do they stand for. He didn't want to lose his legacy. These people have lost the legacy of Mzee, 40 years legacy, because of their selfish interests. Now they are calling us rebels.
Do you see them lasting in those positions?
They will last. As much as they're eating, they will last. They will last.
You don't see any reshuffle?
No, they know how to take care of their plate very well. They will last. They know.
Okay.
Yeah, they will last. But up to, what is the danger? What I'm asking is that, what is the dent you've caused to Mzee's legacy? At least in a proper coalition, you are able to tell the government that should you start abducting, should you find yourself that there are unexplained killings, that should the economy not perform well, then we leave the coalition. But right now, they're just a new broad-based until 2027. So whatever you do, whether it is bad or good, you do it in the name of broad-based until 2027. Which kind of coalition is that?
Okay. Let's come back to ODM. The wrangles have been there since time immemorial, but now they're getting more louder. And there are rumors that people will step out, other people will do whatever. Ukiangalia venye structure ODM iko, who do you see can be the leader for ODM?
You know, anybody can be a leader.
I know, but now the one who most deserves to be, ule pia umeangalia ukasema huyu naye hana uhasama mingi. Because there are people who will be there for their self-interest.
I think ODM has no any preferred leader other than Raila Odinga.
Okay.
At the moment, there isn't.
At the moment, it's fully blank.
It is blank, completely, because people do not really understood the Raila's journey. So they just think it is, you know, a company that has been built, like Safaricom. Do you know who started it? So anybody, you know, can come, as long as you went to school, you have qualified, you have principles, you have served in similar organization. You just come there and you find there is M-Pesa, there is bundles, there are what, the government has 40%, all banks are with you, equity, everybody, all accounts are running, the rest of the competitors are out of the market, you sit there as a CEO. Anybody can sit there as a CEO. Anybody.
It's like a flower position.
Like a flower position. But none of them believe the journey, the struggles, the sacrifice, and the audacity, the principles, ideology that Mzee stood for. And that's what now built the party. None of them understands.
Do you see the end of ODM then? Itasambaratika?
Definitely. Without a person with similar principles, because the party was not built in vain. It was not built in a vacuum. Why do you say ODM is the biggest party in central, in north of River Limpopo and the south of Sahara? Are you telling us there are no any other parties? There are other parties. But the ODM has existed to be the strongest party, well-structured, very formidable, crossing about 4 elections and not dying because of one man, Raila Amolo Odinga. Because of his struggles, the history, the 7 years of prison, the commitment to the nationhood that will not take a nation to war, they believe. Now tell me, anybody who fit in that shoes?
Mambo ni mingi.
Mambo ni mingi, muda mchache.
Muda ni mchache. I've seen the confusion that is ongoing over there. I'm just sitting on the sidelines looking like, okay, well, what's gonna fall where?
You see now they want to fight Caleb, they want to fight Babu, they want to fight Sifuna. Did you hear Baba fighting these 3 people?
Nope.
And then you want to tell me there is somebody who is going to be like Baba? You see, for you to manage a party, you must also manage dissenting voices. Because it's not every day you will agree with people. You must know how to manage them. You must actually listen to them, call them, what is the problem? But they say, huyu anaongea aje? He must be our Munyoro. Kwenda kabisa. Fukuza yeye. That's how they're operating. Okay. So you ask him then, why didn't Baba not chase us?
You are the one who now wants to chase us.
You are now the one who wants to chase us.
For Baba. All right, when we come back, I want us to talk about Babu Owino. I want us to talk about Sifuna. I want us to talk about you. Then also I want us to talk about the Computer Misuse Cybercrimes Amendment Act. Kidogo, we're going to touch on that one as well. Then also I want us to talk about Riggy G. There's been a lot of conversations about Riggy G not going for the funeral, what's going to be happening on that side. And then now we're going to come back to the Senate Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs. There's this story for expansion of term limits.
Yeah.
I want us all to talk about that. But before we talk about that, we're taking a short commercial break. We're going to be right back. Let me tell you guys about two things. One, I have a brand new show. It's called Pop the Balloon, happening every Friday. You should catch up with it. And besides that one, if you want to get interior design like no other, the best place to go to is Mr. Frames Kenya. Check this out.
Uko sure utaenda perform?
Unasema mambo ya performance?
Uko sure utaenda perform? Mark my words. Uko sure utaenda perform?
Unadai kunijaribu?
Sidai kujaribu, nimekuuliza uko sure utaenda perform? That's my question.
Mimi performance niko best aje? Unaweza ulizia.
Wacha nikwambie, unaona msee mwenye anajua kuperform? Acha nisiku nini? Unajua mtu mwenye ana perform anakangaje?
Anakaaje?
Oh God.
Anakagaje?
Oh God.
Anakaaje?
Oh God.
Shit, bitch you trip.
Fanya hivi hadi toa shades. Toa shades.
Check Obinna. Obinna, kwani show ilikuwa ifike hivi man?
Ujiamini.
Show ilikuwa ifike hadi nitoe shade.
Toa shade. Ngoja Obinna, ngoja nitole shade.
Able to confirm? Yeah. Yeah, guys. Facebook ni Samantha Wamaka. Yeah. We can confirm that.
Okay, I'm not ruthless.
Uongo. Hiyo ni uongo bwana.
Wow, are your walls looking plain and uninspired? Transform your space with premium wall panels, elegant marble PVC with stunning backlighting, and modern floating TV stands. All designed to give your home a luxurious, timeless finish. At Mr. Frames Kenya, we offer top quality designs at unbeatable prices. Whether you're going to a classic or modern look, we've got the perfect solution for your home or office. Call or WhatsApp us today on 0705 759 102 or connect with us on social media. Mr. Frames Kenya. Mr. Frames Kenya, where style meets affordability.
All right, welcome back to Obinna Show Live. Thank you very much for streaming this live. If you have not subscribed, Maze, that is what you should consider doing. We're looking to get to 1 million subscribers before December. Pages ni tano hivi. There's this one, there's Obinna TV Extra, there's Obinna TV, there's the Obinnas, there's Obinna TV Updates, there is Zabe, there is Hot Takes. Zinaendelea tu, there's Obinna TV Sports. So ukifika pale una subscribe Maze na una tu support like that. Alright, na kwa wale wengine wanasikia kidogo uko mafutani Maze, tuko na till number iko hapo juu. Tuma kakiru man. Kakiru kadogo tunasema show imebamba Maze Obinna. Nunulia watu wako chai na tutashukuru, asante sana. So after this one we're going to be having Gaucho. Gaucho is in the building. You saw the video for Gaucho. Hebu tafuteni hiyo video by the way. Alikuwa anasema kama angekuwa na bunduki. Katrina mlipata hiyo video? Tafuteni hiyo video yenye Gaucho anasema angekuwa na bunduki, sijui nini ingefanyika nini. Watu wakasema alikuwa anaongea juu ya Babu Owino, whatever. So we're going to be talking about that. Also want to find out what next for Gaucho after this, because Gaucho ni wale watu walikuwa mimi ndio last born ya baba. Sasa baba is no longer there. What next? Gaucho ni kama there were rumors that he was going to be given a ticket to vie for something in 2027. Is it still going to happen? What's going to happen? What is this thing on that side? Then after Gaucho, now we have wale watu wa Jacaranda, sasa wale wabaya. So stay tuned for that one. But for now, we are having Mheshimiwa Caleb Amisi hapa na mambo imechemuka. We're talking about ODM, we're talking about Baba's life, how they met, what he remembers about Baba. What was Baba's favorite food, by the way?
Fish. He used to love fish and this traditional mbogas, vegetables. Fish a lot.
Fish. Samaki sana. Kama wewe hata leo nimeona unakula fish.
Mimi ni mtu wa samaki.
Sasa unaona fish unaona baba. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So also another thing that I want us to tackle before we even move on. Hey, your people wamekuja hapa kwa comments. Kuna watu wengi sana wanasema barabara hujatengeneza Saboti.
I've always told them ni kazi ya William Ruto wasikii.
Wanasema hapa barabara anasema tu mambo ya nini barabara hakuna Saboti.
Hata William mwenyewe amesema leo kwamba kila mahali anaenda naambiwa barabara. So it's not Saboti alone.
Okay.
Yeah. It is, when people those people who in a constituency you can't get all people to support you. There are all those people will not support you either because of tribe, chuki tu, wengine pia ni chuki tu. Okay. So they'll always find a reason.
Okay.
Otherwise, a good person will say, this guy has done well in education, lakini tunaomba hii area ya barabara ni mbaya. But a person who just say barabara, and knowing very well it is not the responsibility of a member of parliament. Is the president who allocates resources kwa serikali yake. Mimi, the best I can do is to take to parliament through a motion, through questions, through statements, of which I have done, and the records are there. So the rest, there is nothing a member of parliament can do. The only thing I normally do is to do what we call maintenance. With the small resources, ile tu ya kutandiza na kuweka katapila so that it is passable. But in terms of now kuweka lami, nini, those are, a member of parliament has no money kuweka lami. You will hear some people saying barabara, ukiangalia ni watu wa 2 term. So you ask them, now you are saying 2 term. Why can't you tell the guy to come and make for you road? Unaweza tu 2 term bure.
But sio kuna kura na kuna kera.
Yes, but you see, kera has very little money for maintenance. And the maintenance just kuweka maram kukatakata kando is not much. But you see what we have told that, why do we have kera? We have kura. We have kena. Why don't you amalgamate all these monies into one kitty and just make the road passable? Make the road passable. Why do you put money into kera, kura, what? Just have it in one kitty and look at the overall national road network. Now, I mean, a member of parliament is not elected to go and cry barabara before the president that you must praise the president for you to get a road. You must support the government. At the time I went to Chirchir, and I want to say it here live. Akaniambia, lakini hata kama unakuja kuuliza barabara, pia ebu enda usupport president. Na I propose to you at the visit State House the way your colleagues go. That's what
you were told that?
Yes, in his office. The minister. At you go to the president and nianze kuimba praise the way others do. Then I told them, but this road is not going to be used by Caleb Amisi. This road is going to be used by people who voted for the president. That's where we have a problem in this country. A very big one. A very big one.
So you feel that is why Saboti is a bit underdeveloped on the roadside, because you're not supporting the president?
That's what they say. But then I ask myself, are all the MPs who are supporting the president, all their road networks are done?
But for example, Babu, your colleague and friend, amepiga kazi safi pale nini?
Sio kazi yake. Don't be lied to.
But support nani?
No, that is not Babu's work. It is the work of Kura that it does the whole of Nairobi. What Babu does, he just come and take the photo and post. But there are others that is being done. Maybe the MPs are not bothering to take photos and post. It is the work of Kura, the whole urban area. Right now, as you speak, for your information, if I show you my photo, my nini on WhatsApp, you'll see a road from Shanti going to Matisi. It's been done, tarmacked. Have I posted it? Because it's not my road. That is road that is being done by Kura. But if I was Babu, I'll come and post, look what I've done. No, I'm not that way. My work is specified. I'll not come and take a photo of a road that has been done by government and a post to convince people that I'm working. You will lie to people today, tomorrow. Watajua unawadanganya.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That is not the work of a member of parliament. Otherwise, you see, if my CDF is good, you know, what I always say, you gave 6 people votes. Kila mtu Saboti anasema basari amejaribu, kazi mzuri. Classes amejaribu, because it is within my powers. I've done, in fact, that's the reason why I was re-elected. Now I asked myself, you gave 6 people votes. Ukapea MCA, MP, Senator, Women Rep, Governor na deputy wake, President and the deputy. You give 6 people votes so that you blame it on one person, Caleb? No. Has Caleb done his part for CDF? Tick. Classes and education sector? Tick. Haya, ulize MCA kazi yake amefanya ni gani? Women Rep kazi yake amefanya ni gani? Senator, Governor, he has 9 billion. Why are you asking? The CDF is only 150 million. And you can see, you go anywhere, you ask anybody who has gotten a bursary from any other person, they'll tell you it's only Caleb. Then you ask, what about these other 5 people, including the president? You voted for him. What has he done in Saboti? Why are you going to vote for him again? We must change the way we think and do our politics. You know, it is very, in fact, even if it is very easier to apportion a blame. And then after that, has the problem solved? No. Because you are apportioning the blame to the wrong person.
So, what I've noticed...
And it is a national...
it's a human thing.
Yes, a human thing, and also lack of knowledge in some areas.
No, some have, but it's how we are. For example, kuna comment mtu amemake hapa. Mtu amesema, anaitwa Elijah Kimeli. Wacha mambo ya basari mzee, barabara weka hata mara mbasi, na keke emoji za kucheka. Now, this is how people are. Like, you'll do 9 good things. But that one thing, to make it 10 that you have not done, is what people will remember and will talk about. For example, even today, you will feed someone every day. Ile siku jampea yo chakula, na chakula free.
Yeah.
Yes, responsibility yako. For example, now you have a gate man who is paid by the management. Then una kamingi tu kila siku unampatia kachai. Ile siku jampea nakwambia, Buddha. So that is how people are. People they'll forget, because you've just spoken about, you've said why you've not done ABCD.
Yeah.
But they'll still say, we wacha we.
Actually, hata hiyo barabara ikijengwa, utasikia tu, hey, there is something they'll say. In fact, hata ujenge gorofa, they'll tell you something. So you don't go into what people... In fact, I always tell people, if you want to lead well, forget about the negative comments. Do the right thing. You believe in it, and you'll go for. And that's why now you will see me now. People who believe and they know, they'll still elect you, because they know you and they understand you. Okay. The rest, in fact, sometimes when you watch what is being said on the social media, then you go on the ground, you find it is totally different. Totally different. There are just 2 or 3 people who have been paid to.
It's like me, I've never met my haters live.
Yeah.
Kwa ground sijai meet.
You will never meet them,
Online.
Online unashangaa dunia inaiva. Kumbe ni watu wawili that have been given money to, you know, do.
Hata wengine online anasema kitumba mnakutania kwa ground amegeuka. Bro. Mazili kwa tu.
Allow it is very easy to speak here. Kwa ground. Tena kumbe is your person. Tena kwambia.
Okay.
So those things, as a politician, we are used to them.
Okay.
As long as you are doing the right thing, and of course, when you go to the ground and people are giving you positive remarks, you are good to go.
2027, still running for MP?
Big things are coming. Yeah, we are going to play very heavily at the national table. I'm now serving my 2nd term as a member of parliament. There's nothing to fear.
Okay.
Big things are coming. Watch out bubbling. Next year.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, next year ndo sasa
mambo inaanza.
Okay. Yeah. Sawa, okay. Good. Yeah. But still, Babu, Sifuna, you're being tandikwa. Let's start with Babu. We've seen what has been happening. There are people who are fearing that Babu is going to take over from the people, from Baba, for ODM, for whatever it is. Na ameanza kutandikwa. Why do you think that is?
I don't think hiyo kutandikwa is like I said, this thing of social media is neither here or there. Ametandikwa na nani? I don't see mtu anamtandika.
Kutandikwa na watu tu wa ODM. Si ati ground iko different, kwani si ni vipofu? Ground is different. Akiingia place unasikia whatever. But hapo kwa hiyo timu yenu hapo kwa ODM within unasikia watu they are undertones. Mtu asikuja hapa jaribu kuongea mambo ya kingpin. Watu wametulia, mmeanza kungangania na bado. Wacheni kuongea. Wacha kutokelezea mbele ya watu, so like okay, nitembee kwa giza.
No, I think they just need to leave Babu try his luck in politics. I mean, everybody deserves to, hata kama mimi ningekuwa nakatazwa ati wewe nayo umetokeza wapi kuwa MP wa Saboti, I could have been sitting as a member of parliament. Singesema na moja I started my point when I was very young from campus. Ningeambia wewe na una kitu bana. I could be nowhere. So let Babu try his luck. If he fails, fine. If he succeeds, good for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see him getting to a bigger position, presidency, governor, Nairobi?
The national, our politics are a bit dynamic. Every election things change.
Okay.
People who clap for you today, tomorrow they are still chasing out. You can see William Ruto, those who are saying asola. What are they saying now? So dynamics change. It is about timing.
Okay.
Yeah. I also fear for him because it has come early. So the destination is what he needs to work on.
Okay.
Because things change.
Okay.
Politics is volatile and is dynamic. It just needs to. In fact, they say when that is the time now when now you now relax.
Okay.
Otherwise, it could be also another wave of swaying you out of the limelight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same party, Ama, should he move to a different party? Should he form his own party?
I don't know whether Babu. I think if he's to vie for Nairobi governor, in my view, he can only belong to either two camps. Either he's an ODM candidate, depending on where ODM will be, whether it will be in broad-based or not, he must be an ODM candidate. If not an ODM candidate, a DCP candidate. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Those are the options he has. He has no another option. Yeah. Because it's going to be an emotional voting. Yeah.
For Nairobi, independent tricky.
No, it's going to be an emotional voting. So on a part, I've faced the same experience where somebody likes you, alafu anafika na kuambia aje nimesahau kupigia kale bwana wa alikuwa anapiga tu chama chwa 6 piece. Na ni mtu wako kabisa, mtu wako damn. Tena there are people even have come to me to just apologize that they didn't vote for me because they voted for UDA and without knowing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's my great friend. We are together in the movement.
Yeah.
And is a person who actually works for his name. I've seen him grow from nothing to where he is now, and he has a great potential. Yeah. Very great potential. He just needs to manage so that it does not escape him. Okay. He just needs to manage it.
Okay.
It's not good also to lose people like Babu. They are good for our nation.
So you wouldn't recommend that he goes for a bigger position like the presidency?
Maybe next. But if opportunity comes now, why not? You know, Pia, like I said, the ground just erupts.
That's true. You never know.
You never know. In the grounds, tunaweza kaa na wewe hapa na ifike tu mahali vijana anze kuimba Caleb from nowhere. And I'll be a president, ndugu. Utaona utakuja State House ni kuhost.
Amen.
I'm telling you.
Amen.
So the ground just changes from nowhere and you find the Babu is there. So you can never predict politics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sifuna?
The same case.
SG?
Yes, there are, of course, there are leaders in town. Me, I happen to be a leader of Ushago, but town mimi si mgeni. I go around, half of my constituency is slum. If you know Kipsongo slum, the entire Kitale is my constituency. So I'm the only MP who has a slum and a rural. I represent the slum and the rural at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know both. Hata hapa Nairobi ningekuja ku campaign, I will win. I know how to move around.
Unajua kupanga kazi.
Najua kupanga kazi sana.
So what do you see for Sifuna 2027? Same Senate? Ama aingie wapi? Ama what?
He can win Senate. I don't know.
So maintain?
He can maintain. He
Governor,
can,
Nairobi.
But now Babu is there. Sasa I wouldn't want them to go in a coalition.
One needs to decide.
Yes, and I don't think Sifuna has said he's going to vie for Senate. I mean for governor. But for Senate, he will win. Even one of these constituencies, he can actually choose one and go there and win. Or he goes to Bungoma and win for Senate. Either way, he has those choices.
Senate or governor?
Governor tricky. Governor tricky.
In Bungoma?
Watu wamezoea governor wapole kule nyumbani. You can see Baraza, you can see Lusaka, you can see Oparanya, you can see Otichilo. Hao ndio watu wamezoea huko Western.
But Baraza si pole.
Is a demeanor looks like a person mwenye ametulia. So people like Sifuna will fit well in Senate. People like Didimas will fit well in Senate. That's why he will not win Bungoma. Yeah, it will be hard for him. So people like Wangamati looks like a governor, you know. That is the measure. That's the measure. Wanyonyi, he will struggle because, you know, he has been a Nairobi person for almost 20 years.
True.
The terrain of Bungoma will be tricky for him. And then, of course, his brother's mistakes. He's going to inherit his brother's enemy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We?
Yeah.
Mambo ni mingi.
Siasa ndo hiyo ndugu. Achana hiyo unaona kwa TV. This is now real politics.
Okay.
Real politics.
Inapangiwa kwa ground. Na yako sasa umesema pia we wait for big things.
No, mimi I'm going to play national politics. Just wait next year. We are going to make
But if you're playing national politics, I'm trying to look at the position. I'm like, okay.
We are going to make some moves. Just relax. Very dangerous moves. Yes.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
There is a void, there is a lacuna that has been created, and I think people are just tired of the status quo. The only person probably Kenyans had forgiven from Moi's regime was Baba. But people are completely tired with anybody who served in Moi's regime.
So 2027, we're going to see a lot of changes.
A lot of changes, a lot of realignment. Yeah.
Do you see Wanga winning again?
Wanga will not win. He has been winning because of Baba. He's my chairman. That's what I'm featuring him. He's not going to win. He's going not to win. With this kind of politics he's playing.
Because there are stories that Ruto is going to pick Wanga for deputy governor position.
Whoever Ruto picks, Ruto is going home. So unless he wants to pick you, unless you've decided you are going to retire with Ruto, then you allow yourself to be picked.
Okay, so if Ruto is going home, who do you see fit to fill that space? Because now Baba is no longer there. You know, people are banking on Baba maybe.
No. Do you know even, at what point did Kibaki come in? When people say Moi must go. You know, everybody just coalesced around Kibaki all of a sudden. You know, all these names, Kenyans are just watching. They're just watching. Hata wewe Obinna utastukia tu majenzi wamekubeba juu kwa juu. Kenyans are just watching. So any names that you will just be people coalescing all of a sudden. You see what Ruto has created that is very bad. He has created an anti-Ruto wave. He has not created a competition. It's between this and this. No. He has created an huyu jamaa ende. Kidogo alafu is like kufa kwa nyani miti yote uteleza. Yani the mistake are just following him. Kidogo Baba amekufa kwa mikono yake. Sasa tena. You know, kidogo mara watoto wanachapwa risasi kwa stadium while viewing Baba's body. Now, who does that? Stadium unachapa risasi. It's like it's a movie. Unachapa risasi ndani ya stadium, watu wamejaa. Who does that? You know, mistakes are just following him. Zinakuja tu. Ni kama God is just preparing him to go. Sasa hata ile kitu kidogo mtu ako nayo, unajua wananchi are just observant. Wanastuka, wanashangaa, ai, mambo kama haya hatujaiona. Mtu anachapa watu risasi ndani ya stadium. What was this that could not, you know, what was this? hata tear gas afadhali. Risasi, tap.
Okay.
Yeah, and the people are observing. So, I think God is just preparing him to go.
So in 2027, political atmosphere is going to be very different.
Yes,
volatile,
that one that I know.
changes.
You cannot convince me whether wataka kukasirika, shida yao. You know, it's a democracy. When we say the ground has refused Ruto, ukisema hivi wanasema huyu kijana sijui nini, they want to kill us, sijui nasikia wanataka kutuwekea vitu kwa chai, tukikunywa chai unasikia umeanza kuenda hivi polepole unaenda. We know those stories that are planning on us. But you see, you can kill Caleb, you can kill whoever, but you see, you'll still go home. So utakuwa umesaidia nini? Yeah, they just had a chance to correct, and you know, God has given you an opportunity to rule. It never comes easily.
Yeah.
You know, ruling a nation is not easy. So uongoze tu vizuri na watu wafurahie, meet people who are dissenting, kama ni vijana, call those youth, ask them what is the problem, what can we correct. Just rule nicely and leave a legacy and go home, retire very well, peacefully. Kisirani na nini na majivuno, and you know, people just being arrogant to citizens, displaying wealth. Kids are there. What you know, we deal with people, you know, hapa tunadina na watu close range. Bwana, the problem in this country, zile shida watu wanapitia, ani kule chini pe tunatoka. You can't imagine we are still living in the same country with the same people you see around. And there is a prime minister of a country, and it's a true story. Mwenye he was living a life that he believes the rest of the countries live in that way, until he left and went to a slum and they saw the real life situation. He resigned on the spot. So I don't think the people in the broad-based understand the problem that Kenyans are undergoing. Wanaona kama wanafanyia kelele, and that's why they are shooting them. Wanaona watu wacha ujinga, shoot huyu jamaa anafanya nini? Because they cannot relate the problems, because they are living different kind of life from the rest of the Kenyans.
Okay.
Yeah.
The video will do for me a poll in 2027. Alafu weka 1 term 2 term. Andika tu mtu in 2027 uko weka 1 term weka 2 term. What's next for Anyang' Nyong'o?
Anyang' Nyong'o, why have you chosen Anyang' Nyong'o for heaven's sake?
Very close to Baba. No, I'm looking at the people who are very close to Baba.
Yeah.
And there are people who, I'm also going to talk about Orengo, Governor Orengo as well. I want to talk about the Migori governor, Achila Ayako. Yes. Yeah, the people who are very close to Baba. Like, where do you see them?
You know, in my view, ODM should not be led by a party leader. ODM should be led by a council of elders who have been with Baba in the struggles.
Okay.
Yeah. And the voting can be done by the highest votes. Can be an odd number, like nine of them, so that for a decision to be made, just like the Vatican.
So it's a squad.
Yes.
So basically saying ODM is party mtu mmoja.
Yes.
Party a team flani.
Yes, a team of people who have been with the struggle with Baba. So that wakati kata kama ni certificate wataka kupeana, wanaona moshi ya white yatoka unajua nimepata certificate. Wameagree.
Okay.
Yeah, not one person. There's nobody who can lead that party in the manner in which Baba left it. No. There'll be mistrust. there'll be why you, and like, why will you deny somebody's ticket in Nyanza? What will be the reason? Because Baba will tell somebody, wewe wacha, we are looking at the bigger picture. I'm vying for president. Mtu anaenda anatulia nyumbani. Sasa hiyo utamwambia nini? China ODM ticket, Nyanza specifically. That's why if they really, because I'm very convinced the people I see on a daily news, they don't even know why they're in ODM. They do not know. And wako too, because they're in a position. You know, what message are you sending that you are a 3 deputy party leaders and none of you can be a party leader? So why are you there? You know. Hata so mungepiga kura watatu basi mzame tupigie mmoja. You know.
3 deputy party
we are
leaders.
Sending a bad message. So why are you a deputy if you cannot rise to party leadership?
You are a placeholder.
Hey. So they're just, and when we talk like this, they think we are, it's because we've tried to tell them even in person, even in a closed door, but they'll still believe you are too young in politics. And I've won seats that are very difficult to be won. And them, they have just been on a smooth ride. But there are people who have never stepped in their constituency in Nyanza. But saa hii wataanza kwenda mashinani.
Tabidi wafike.
Watafika. In fact, wafanyiwe homecoming because people hata hawajui. They need to be a homecoming there.
Yeah.
Watu hawajui.
No.
Because them was just, unani ametusi Caleb mbaya, bas. Huyo ndio, nani ametusi Uhuru, bas. You see, there are people who used to even to abuse Uhuru badly so that they can get certificate. Now they were also choosing to Munyoro as their boogeyman, imekata, imeslide. Kimeumana.
So what comes about Nyong'o, Orengo, Chilo?
They need to be in a council to safeguard that party.
Or them, they need to be in a council. Oh, now I get your idea. So you think this council needs Nyong'o, Orengo,
all those people, Chilayako, all those people have been with Baba, who have walked with the journey.
Now I get you.
Yes.
But that's also another way to look at it.
So naona vile niko na ideas.
Yeah, so the party is not just given to one person, not mbona amepea huyu, so ikue a squad.
Yes, a squad.
Na wa mix young and
regional. So that mtu asiseme hii ni party ya Wajaluo. You know, they'll see a Costarian there, they'll see a, when the country sees that, they say, okay.
That can be a very nice.
But you see, when you see the way we have ideas and we cannot be accepted in that circle. Don't want such ideas.
Hapana idea gani?
Hii sasa ni.
Tumepea huyu wewe nyamaza bwana.
Hii ndio tumeamua. Wewe ni kama umetumwa na Munyoro. Sasa ikifika hapo na nyamaza.
Kwanza takufukuza kwa party.
Wewe ni kama wewe kwanza damu yake imeanza kukaa. Kama umetumwa wewe ni mtu wa Kalonzo. What is all this? So, and you see, Baba was different. Yeah, Baba used to accommodate all dissenting voices, and eventually he arrives at a middle ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's switch it up, kidogo. Let's come to the Cyber Crimes Amendment Bill, which was suspended, kidogo.
You know, people accuse members of parliament to having passed this thing, not forgetting the government they voted in. Never accuse Caleb of passing cyber crime bill. Why? Because bills are passed in parliament through voting. Caleb can shout on top of his voice, but as long as the MPs who go to State House have been told to vote for that thing, it will pass through. All you need to know is to know when given a chance, when Caleb is given a chance on this bill, what does he say? This is how I want Kenyans to treat members of parliament. You know, I used to go to school. I just graduated with masters in international relations. Nasi kuringa ni ukweli, and I was top of the class.
Okay.
And I went to class. I did assignments. I can name all my classmates. There are some people here wanasema tu unaona na gown lakini they have no classmates. I have my lecturers. I have submitted all my work, my thesis 1, thesis 2. we've debated in class with other students until I graduated on top of the class, despite all my other work. You know, the first time I stepped in a class in USIU, it was during finance bill. I could not stay in that class because students were accusing me that why did you pass this bill? Why did you pass the bill? Then I told them, and the way I've been the loudest against it. I've been the loudest, paka nimechukiwa. Tena nakuja huku tena mnanichukia. So I should stop. It's because people don't understand. It is not a member of parliament. It is parliament, the way it was made. That the majority have their way, minority have their say. So to tell me I passed a bill on cybercrime, you simply come and ask, what did Caleb say? And that is if you ever get an opportunity besides those gogos.
Okay.
If you ever get an opportunity, akikuona zikipita kuone uchangie. Otherwise, he will know this one, he will not contribute well to this motion. Atakupita.
So the majority passed it?
The majority, and the majority are who? You know, that's why, Obinna, I really ask these young people, you will complain, Ruto can also actually be elected again, and you continue complaining until Jesus comes back. The best thing to do is for young people of this country to mobilize themselves, to elect people that they choose that are good to go to that parliament, so that such bills will not be passed when the majority are the righteous. Such, if there is a rogue president, we can as well chase William Ruto away and we get another rogue president. So that even if you have a rogue president, parliament can impeach him. That is a favor I'm requesting from the young people. They come together, we can help them to form a party, they vie themselves, or they identify credible people, they send them to parliament. Now you can now accuse a parliament. But as long as the president comes with his party, it is a majority, you will continue accusing parliament until Jesus comes back.
Okay.
We must start changing parliament from election time, not after they've been elected, because you don't know how they got elected there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this bill has also sparked a lot of debates. We have supporters who view it as essential for public safety, but critics arguing that it's risking the freedom of speech and censorship.
Yeah, I know.
Is it
of
a good
course,
thing, is it a bad thing? Because I know Kenya pia tusomangi. Si utia, Caleb
ni mbaya, ni mbaya.
Caleb amesema ni mbaya. Mimi napenda Caleb, ni mbaya, ni mbaya. You're like, no, sit down and read it. Like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
The problem we have in this country, one, we don't follow law to the letter. Okay. When a bill, you know, laws are not supposed to be passed because of a moment. The time this bill came up is they're trying to curtail the comments and the posts on social media. And it comes on the backdrop of people putting the president in a casket, people, you know, trying to imitate in this age of artificial intelligence, and trying to put words in people who did not say, and such like things. And they think that trying to pass such a bill will curtail that. To me, it is not. This is a problem of our culture. It is a problem of our culture. Is it happening in China? Do we have such things in China? Do we have such things in the US? It has to do with the problem of our culture. Our culture, moral decadence. Our culture on our morals and the values is completely down. We need to look at the culture of the country. Even corruption is a cultural thing. We've been cultured to believe that you are in an office. What have you made out of that office? You've been a governor. Look at the way you are looking, and you've served for 2 terms as a governor. It's a culture we've created. Wewe umeishi kwa ofisi ya serikali, ona hata una kakitu. It is a culture. Then you put pressure to this person and say, siwezi toka kwa hiyo ofisi bila kitu. This is a culture. It's a culture of the country that needs to change. It has nothing to do with passing bills. Because these bills will be treated, will be used and mistaken and misused. They will just, you know, the way we pass a bill and you see there are loopholes, they'll just use a loophole in a bill to put, you've seen people being arrested for terrorism. Really? Do you have such a law in Kenya? No. It's because they have just tailored certain act of parliament or an existing law to look like this one looks like it's terrorism. Why? Again, is a culture of how we follow our laws and the constitution. We look for loopholes and we don't follow the law. There is the letter, and the spirit of the constitution. We must also look at the spirit. Why is it that it was formulated to be this way? What was the spirit behind it?
Okay.
So people look at the face value and we jump into conclusions so fast. Now they think by putting a bill, and you know you are dealing with a country that has lost trust in the government. Anything you do, people think there is something behind that bill.
Something fishy.
And indeed there is, because people will ask you why now? And what is the urgency of signing when Baba is just been announced? Why did you say even the president, for the respect of Baba, failed for the first time? Then they'll believe you are mourning. Otherwise, they think you are not mourning. Because do you know me? For 2 hours, I could not do anything in my office. But you are busy signing bills, and you said you are mourning. So that's what makes people think, no, it's not genuine. Believability, trust deficit in this country needs to be worked on. And the leadership will talk over after Ruto. They have a big task.
Kuna kazi ya kusafisha.
Kusafisha uchafu ni mingi.
Msiposafisha wembe ni ule ule.
Ule ule. Tena watakuja kwa street waseme Caleb must go.
Yeah. The expansion of term limits for MPs, you've heard about it?
Yes, another trust issue. You see, you know this thing of developing a nation.
Okay.
How do you develop country like Kenya? You know, one person cannot develop a nation. It must be a team. And that's how Singapore got to where it is. It is a team of leaders who came together. They decided that we have just gotten independence. We've just separated from Malaysia, because Singapore separated from Malaysia. That's why we have the Malay community. You know, it's one of the language of Singapore, Malay. We've just separated, hived. In fact, the word is hived from Malaysia. Where do we start? We don't have the oil to sell to the world. We don't have the natural resources. We don't have nothing. Where do we start? They say, number one, let's create bureaucratic institution, the EACC of this world, working. Let's create education system so that anybody educated in Singapore, this is a world top notch. If he's a doctor, the world believes in him. If he's a nurse, the world believes in him. Let us create what? Let us ensure there is corruption free. That even ministers were not allowed to go out with potential investors. It was a crime to be spotted. You are a minister and you are hovering around in hotels with potential investors. That's how serious corruption was finished. So that every coin that comes, it goes down to the rightful purpose. And then they said, let's work on value addition. Value addition in agriculture and the textile, and of course the sea products. And then lastly, let us attract the global flow of income, so that we are situated in a way that we do not have anything to sell to the world, but we are attracting the world income. So insurance companies are a certain place in Singapore. Banking, the biggest bank in the world, are headquartered, domiciled in Singapore. So the world, you are attracting the global flow of income to your country, and you cannot sell it. You have nothing to sell. You attract the whole. Dubai has done the same. Dubai is a desert. It's attracting the global flow of income there.
Okay.
This is where the country needs us to be. And Kenya stands in that region because we are a hegemon. We are at the entry point of East Africa. We are geopolitically advantageous among all the African countries. We are geostrategic country to the world. It is the entry point not of East Africa, but Africa. The first visit, the incoming visit of the Vice President of United States, it's called J.D. Vance, is coming to Kenya. The first country in Africa is Kenya. That tells you the importance of Kenya in the global arena. That he has seen 53 countries, na akachagua tu Kenya, to be the first one to visit in the Trump administration. That is the importance of Kenya. Kenya should have been structured as Singapore was structured to attract the global flow of income. And we'll not be talking about what money goes to devolution, what is a cake, what broad-based jitu kule. Everybody will be eating in his own broad-based. Everybody will have his own broad-based government. Okay. You don't need to go to the government because there is now education is okay, the health sector is working, transport sector is not at mheshimiwa hujafanya kazi. No. It is a national rationalization program that every road in Kenya, if it is not made today, it will be made tomorrow. Let MPs make laws, period. Let MPs pass laws, represent their people, but not create roads.
Give handouts.
And you cannot create a nation whereby you are elected as an MP for you to go and beg money to make roads. That is not the work of an MP anywhere in the world. But it has been shown to look like it is the work of an MP because of resource deficiency all over. And yet, we are like Singapore. We have all the potential. We need a team of leaders to correct the mess that this country has gone through for the last 60 years, not one person. One person will sit in State House, use Air Force One, use the convoy, address the National Assembly, and go on to the National Day, celebrate, attend state funerals of famous people, and they go home for retire.
Nothing achieved.
Nothing goes, nothing changes. We need a team of committed leaders.
All right.
To take over the country, to change it once and for all. Okay. The rest ni kelele, tutapigana kwa social media, tutatusiana, Kenya will remain the same it is. Until somebody thinks about the economy. That's why I always say, Kenya needs a renaissance. That's why I keep on saying Kenya needs an economic renaissance.
Yeah.
That is our biggest trouble. We achieved, the first generation of leaders achieved independence. We got it. People died, people fought, we gained independence. We are independent states, sovereign, within the territorial boundaries. We can make interstate relations. We have a defined territory and we have a population and a governance. We have achieved statehood. From the Montevideo description of a statehood, we have it. Now, the second liberation is multipartyism, to make sure that the democratic process is working. We introduced many parties. We achieved it. The likes of now the late Raila, Ladies Brigade, we achieved it. The third liberation, now the constitutional order that is matching grown and the other jurisdiction. We have it. Order, very good constitution, and a devolution to make sure that we are some devolved governance towards other areas of the region, of the country. Now the fourth and the last liberation should be the economic emancipation. That's the reason why the youth are on the street. The youth are not on the street because of multipartyism. The youth are not on the street because we are under colonial powers. There are no British here colonizing us. That's not why the youth are on the street. The youth are not on the street because we don't have a constitution. The youth are on the street because they are lacking bundles, they have nothing to eat, they cannot afford school fees, they don't know what they'll eat tomorrow, they don't have jobs, they don't know when they'll get jobs, and they can see somebody driving a heavy machine and they're saying it is your taxes that I'm eating, and he has no apologies to make. That's the reason why the youth are on the street. If those youths were also driving the same vehicles and having jobs, and they are able to afford bundles, and they can take their girlfriends out, they'll not be on the street. Do you know what? Have you ever heard people on the street in Singapore? Everybody's okay. I do not even have time to go to the street. The youth are on the street because of the efficiency in the economy. Okay. And yet we are addressing them by making cybercrime laws. And you think we are addressing the issues of the youth. No, we are making it worse. That's why I said we need a team. And this conversation, Obinna, let's have it. Let's not just have a conversation here ya kufurahisha wananchi. Let's have this candid discussion around our economy.
Okay.
Yeah, very important.
You know, it's always said that idle minds are the devil's workshop. And there's something I always say. I started saying this in high school. Idle hands are the devil's workmates. That is why people go online and say a lot of things. You're like, why would you say such a thing? Do you know this thing can land you in jail like forever? Like this thing can cost you a lot. But someone just like, because idle mind, idle hands, but because there is no economic liberation. Nobody has a job. Because I'm sure people, wala kona kazi tu mboka. Kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni afika kwa nyumba amechoka, kona kazi zake. But mzame relax tu kaja anaangalia sema, ni mheshimiwa Kalebe. Amenunua LX mpya. Wacha we kwenda na barabara nini hapo. All right. So,
and they don't even want to know what to do to change that.
Yeah.
So we keep on becoming a complainant nation. You tell them now, can you elect a good person? They start now going tribal. They start going to parties. They start accusing you because you are going against this. They don't want to have a candid conversation about economy. If you call youth in this town to talk about economy, you will not get anybody. And that's what I'm telling them. This country has been spoiled by the old generation. The young generation, you have no option but to wake up and create a good country for your future. Otherwise, the youth population bulge is becoming a menace. The youth population bulge is a disaster in this country, and it is a ticking time bomb. These youth, at the moment, this old generation have continued doing their tribal politics, and we are supporting it. We are supporting them. Their children are already established. They have properties. They are educated elsewhere, abroad. You don't even have a girlfriend to start with for you to even have a child. And you are here joining hands with the tribalists. And you are singing together. And they have spoiled the country. And as I said, the youth, let's stop accusing leaders. Let's stand up. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Let's be serious. It is your life.
You have the power.
You have the power. Otherwise, it is the same country you'll inherit to your children. You know, our children, we know there is a time I was asking, unaona huyu jamaa ji hoteli ya nani, hii shamba yote sijui ya Kenyatta, sijui. Then I asked myself, you know, what were my fathers doing when people are dividing this country? Until there's nothing to inherit, I have to start from the scratch. I have nothing. Do you know that I never inherited anything? I don't even inherit even a pen. I have no single inheritance, I'm telling you. Everything I have, it is me who bought it. I have no single inheritance. So I look at myself, you are starting there, but a person of your age mate is already there. Where will you meet? Where will you meet? And that's why their children will continue ruling us. Because they are the people who will be controlling the capital. They are the ones who have the big
They have
names.
resources.
They have the resources. Wewe utaanzia huko chini, where will you meet with them? Hakuna. So I'm saying that if you do not create a future for you, the way we are asking now that what were our parents doing when the rest were dividing the country among themselves, your kids are going to ask you very soon, what were you doing when the country was being spoiled?
There's a poll. We have about 4,000 people watching this live, so put your vote hapo kwenye poll. The poll is asking a very simple question. In 2027, uko one term ama uko two term? We're going to be giving the results when you're wrapping up. We have one last question. Now let's talk Riggy G, DCP party leader. Since Baba died, he's been kidogo on the low. What do you think is happening behind the scenes?
Yeah, you see that now the problem we find ourselves in, and I always say, I do not have the advantage in my constituents of a tribe.
Okay.
In fact, people look at me and they wonder, how did you get elected? Because my tribe are hardly 100 people there. And I got 25,000 votes.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I was elected by all other tribes. And my constituency happens to be one of the most cosmopolitan. That's why I know the politics of the country like the back of my hand, like this. I understand because I have Kikuyus, I have Luos, I have Kisis, Kambas, Turkanas, Luyas, Kalenjin in my own constituents. I interact with all those, and all those people voted for me. And not because there were no Kalenjins on the ballot, they were there. Not because there were no Luyas, they were there.
They were there.
They chose me. Why? Because I was not tribal. I preached the idea of a constituency called Saboti. The issue I have with people like Rigiji, as much as he's saying one term, is this fixation on one tribe. I do not think it is a person to emulate. And I don't want people to say, atusimuguze kwa sababu anaimba one term. No. Let us not entertain mediocrity hiding behind one term. We are entertaining the same mediocrity while hiding behind one term. Let us call a spade as we talk about one term at the same time.
Okay.
And I believe we can achieve it. Okay. Yes, Rigiji, yes, let's talk about one term, but let's talk about the nation. Let's talk about the nation called Kenya. Because this tribal politics has not helped us. And we do not care who is the president, as long as he's the right president for Kenya. So the Rigiji, yes, and sometimes I feel uncomfortable to actually talk about one term and together with Rigiji because he's so fixed on one community. And we feel he's spoiling the one term clarion because the other community feels that penye Rigiji yako hatukuji. And yet they're supposed to be singing one term. But you are keeping them away.
But he's already picked a few other people who will join.
Who?
Kalonzo, we have the...
No, we are not talking about his friends. We are talking about his continuous speech around a single tribe. It is not helping this country. I thought that's what young people were looking for. But ukiangalia kwa mitandao,
okay,
you will find that just still tribal people.
Okay.
They should stop, young people. What's the problem with you people? Stop this tribalism. Yeah,
okay,
you know, let's. There is nothing strange that is. In fact, if you look at where the presidents has come from, even in Rift Valley, those people are suffering. The young people from Rift Valley are suffering. So there is nothing the president will do for you, even if he comes from your region.
Okay.
Nothing. But the president coming from your region, helping a stable, economically stable Kenya, helps you from wherever tribe you are.
Okay.
So this is my message I have. But he has done a very good work. There is a but to that. Mm-hmm. He has done a very good work on this one term, Clario. He is actually the leader of one term. The only thing he needs to change is this now to sit down and realize there is only one indivisible country called Kenya. Now he needs to change his speech and start attacking William Ruto on the promises he's made, on what he's doing for the nation, and his community will support him anyway. And this is the same thing I've told my friend Natembe. Stop this thing of Tawe. I mean, nobody bothers. Even a Maasai does not care whether Aluya is a president. He doesn't care. There is nobody who is worrying that we must have a Luya president. No. You speak to the nation. Luyas will support you without you saying Tawe.
Okay.
Obama was a black. There's no way Obama called a meeting of blacks. Na akasema sasa ni wakati wa blacks kurule. Na muni support. Blacks bwana tumekaa sana. Sasa Tawe. Blacks wote Tawe. No. But the blacks supported Obama. Yes, they did. 100%.
Okay.
So they will fall in. But sell the national agenda. Don't sell the local agenda in this day and age.
Okay. Sawa, thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. We've pretty much covered all the bases. Now, I want on this camera, you can give us your closing remarks. Talk to your people, talk to the young people, talk to your fellow leaders as well.
Yeah, so as I close, I think first of all is to appreciate the work of this show, You bring here people to share knowledge, a candid discussion. I like the way you are not controlled. There are some media houses you go and they cut you off because you are talking things that may lead them in trouble with their, sponsors.
No, for us, you'll come, you'll be one term, another person will come, will be two term. Sema ikutoke hapa tuambi mtu ati kata.
Thank you. And that's why I'm here praising you. I'm praising your show for a reason, because this is the show we want. People to talk candidly.
Yes.
And if Kenyans come here and they talk candidly, we are going to take this country far. And I want to repeat that the 3 generations that has fought for independence, multipartyism, devolution and constitution, we achieved. We have a cardinal duty as a young generation to rise up and do what needs to be done now. What needs to be done now is economic renaissance, economic emancipation. The reason why youth are on the street is because they have no bundles, they have no rent, they can't marry because they have no economic power, they have no jobs, they have no school fees, their parents are struggling, they cannot access medical care, they cannot access, the roads are impassable. Everything is not working. That's why people are going on the street. If all these things were working, nobody will care how many taxes we pay. Nobody will look at the payslip and say, I'm paying 55%. Nobody will care as long as the systems are working. We've had leaders who have come through tribal arrangement. We now need a national leader to deliberate on the issues of the country and deliver the country from the yoke of tribalism, from the yoke of economic emancipation. This is the leaders that Kenya needs now, urgently.
Okay.
So if you are out there, rise up and do what needs to be done.
Stand and be counted.
Yeah.
That has been Mheshimiwa Caleb Amisi. It's been real for that one. Up next, we're coming back with Gaucho. Then after that one, we have Mjuku, we have Songa Songa. All the gentlemen coming from Jacaranda. We're also going to be having a conversation. What are people saying on that side? After Baba, what is happening on that side?
After mimi ndio unaleta Gaucho shwari. Ungeleta mtu mwingine mwenye ana machi shwari.
No, Gaucho was to
angeanza basi.
No, he was to come before you. Sasa nikakutetea, lakini sasa unajua sana mafans wa Gaucho sasa wanaamka. Sasa hizi ndio sasa nini. But you know, also for this show, atunanga yati huyu ata come before. No, inakuanga tu freestyle. You could have come saa 8 mchana. Sasa usi overthink your situation. Gaucho kuna watu wake.
No, I know. I was just joking.
We joke tu. Jacaranda na ukanyagi.
Oh, nitaenda. Wacha nikuambie. Unaona hao watu wanajiita mahaso lama mabongi. The best way to... Unajua niko nao wa constituency. Kuna wengine anapigananga nao. Tena ngumi. The best way to deal with them, kuwa rafu kama hao.
Kwa hiyo
wakikuambia ukanyage, waambia kwanza nimekuona, wacha nikuja hapo. Hautamuona.
Okay. Thank you for watching this one. Comment, like and subscribe. We're going to be back in a short while with the next guest.